Heading this way. It's the Ark Royal, Captain. The Ark Royal, you say? Sure is, with Admiral Woodhouse as well. Prepare for a fight, men!
Ready the muskets.
Ready the muskets. The pistols, ye bildrats. Fire! 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 Ready the cannons for the next pass. Ready the cannons. Admiral, bluecoats are approaching. It's the Enterprise. The Enterprise, you say? It's Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Captain, it's the Enterprise. Arr, well, shiver me timbers. We have a peaceful accord with the Bluecoats, especially with Captain Picard. It looks like it is 2 against 1, man. I hate to let pirates go, but these are Bluecoat waters. I can't risk a full-out war.
The Redcoats are running away scared.
Yay, 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 woo! I'm going to have a chat with Captain Roger. You have the bridge, number 1. Aye, sir. Thanks for showing up, Captain Picard, but me and me men, we could have taken him. I'm sure you could have.
You wanted the best? Well, they couldn't make it, so here's what you get. From Michigan, Mikey J Productions.
What's Georgie?
And Georgie. Is back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey everybody, here we are with episode, we're up to 54 of the Brick Chat. But before we go any further, let me just say, if you like this stream or any of the content on the channel, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I will be getting down to it after the intro coming in
Now.
Oh wait.
Oh, now.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are, and let me see who's in the chat. Dominic Z was the first one here today. He
Hi,
says
Dominic.
hi. How are you today, Dominic? Brickapix was second today.
Hello,
She
Brickapix.
says hi all. I have some news for you coming up, but before we get to that, it is time for your member video. Our resident Slytherin who claims she isn't evil, and neither are all Slytherins. So this one is for you.
Slytherin House wins the House Cup.
Something like that. So top tips. Please don't forget to click that like button and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
And so the news I have for you is, sorry on the delay, but we got it in the mail today before the show.
Yeah, it was, it was me. and we had a holiday.
Yeah, there was a holiday weekend here, and
Oh gosh.
but yeah, we got it in the mail today. So I will, after the stream is over, I will be sending you your tracking information and all that good stuff.
No, you can't join the chat. You need to learn to read and write before you can join the chat, buddy. He goes, I just want to join the chat.
And Minifig Collector is here. He says the banners are for one part of the founder's artifacts.
Ah.
And he is a fellow Lego YouTuber, and so here you go, sir. This one's for you.
Ted, Annette! Hey. Glad you could come. How you doing? Give me your coat. Ted has a small carpet cleaning business in receivership. They got $15,000 left on the house at 8%. They're okay.
They're okay.
And Oliver's here, but looks like he changed his name to Olive Cypher. Says ahoy.
Ahoy.
And Jean-Luc Picard. Yes, it is Jean-Luc Picard. I was a fun little Easter egg I put in there that not many people picked up on, so good for you, man. And Brickapick says, LOL, nice guitar play. That kid's going to fall over in a minute. Yeah, right. I wish. He's got energy for days.
Oh my goodness. Bouncing like crazy.
And Olive says, I am playing video games with a friend, mostly on lurk mode for the stream.
Oh.
Well, I understand.
What video game are you playing?
Is that guy to the Batman?
No,
Brickapick
probably
says,
not.
Ooh, interesting.
What?
And Ginger is here. He says, someone tried to break into our house last night. Well, that's awful.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. How scary.
Oh.
That's scary. Yikes.
That is scary.
Miranda is here.
Hello,
she says,
Miranda.
hey, Mikey. Well, hey, Miranda. How are you? Our Memorial Day weekend was pretty good. Pretty chill for the most part here. We didn't do a whole lot.
No, just soaked in the sun here.
We're getting ready for our big vacation. Our summer plans are, slowly creeping upon us. So we can't really take Memorial Day for like a vacation type thing for us because we got big plans coming. We still have odds and ends. We're finishing up around here. I had the missus in thumbnail jail.
Always.
I've been working on lots of content.
He even said, you're taking your computer on vacation, so I can give you more thumbnails.
That's
What
right.
kind of crap's that?
Infamous Convict is here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
He says hello, Brick Chat.
Hello.
And Brickapick says, ooh, hi, Lego Ginger Productions. Hopefully they didn't take anything.
Yeah, hopefully nobody got hurt. That's just awful. Can't
And
even imagine.
like Ginger says, no, my dad is 6 foot 300 pounds, Irish immigrant, and they crapped themselves when they saw him.
Yup. I'm out of here. Not gonna mess with this house.
And Ginger says they didn't get in and probably ruined their pants. Well, there you go.
They probably did.
Infamous says, I saw an Easter egg for these Harry Potter banner sets. They each have a sticker depicting one or two of the original Harry Potter books on the shelves.
Oh, like these. Oh, he doesn't have it up yet.
There we go.
Like these little ones.
Here she
right
is working on it.
Yeah, I am. Like those ones right there. I wonder. I don't know. Those ones. There's a couple of books, so.
Dominic says, Mikey, the Matchbox Taurus Animations toy line includes the Volkswagen Beetle, Jessica Starlight, a Volkswagen T1 Samba bus. I'm not going to try that word. An MBX Explorer, Got Two Fighters, and many, many more.
Looks like Coley Holly.
Collie Holly.
Collie Holly.
Collie Holly.
Collie Holly.
Oh, very cool. Miranda says, hey, Mikey, we had my nieces over Sunday. We played Legos, and we had my sister's has as well.
Aw, fun. Lego weekend. That's always fun to do.
We did get down here and do some stuff on Friday.
I didn't get to do much, but
we spend a lot of times down here on weekends, but like I said, we're making our plans towards the summer, making our moves there. So I didn't get a whole lot done down here. I did do some stuff, which I posted a picture of it on our YouTube community page as well as on Instagram and elsewhere. And I will show you guys what I was doing here in a minute.
I made a fountain, like from Hogwarts Legacy. It's not finished because I need a blue flame, but I saw it on Facebook and I'm like, that kind of looks like a Hogwarts Legacy fountain.
Infamous says, yes, those two you showed are the sand green and dark orange books.
Oh, nice.
King Oldendorf is here. He says,
Hello.
still lurking over here.
Hello,
And of course, King Oldendorf is him and Mr. Blue Nate are my longest running members. But here you go, sir.
Hello there.
King Oldendorf. And Minifig Collector says, did I repair the castle?
Which castle?
I'm confused by that.
Did we have a castle problem?
Well, the kitten broke one of your...
Oh yeah, nice, huh? Yeah, I noticed that in the video too. I was like, man, yes. So it got repaired, I think.
Yeah, I fixed it.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Hold on a second. I will return momentarily.
I'm still working on the Ravenclaw today. Hopefully I can get to Gryffindor. I don't know. And then I have the Hufflepuff. Should be next week. But yeah, I didn't work on much stuff because Mikey J he had all the parts, man. And so I couldn't use any of the parts until he was done. So, because he didn't know what he had left over and what I ordered. Oh, make way, make way.
Even though I promised you guys to build this on stream,
He couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait. And so I built it on Friday night because, I mean, it was only like 400 and something pieces.
Can't really see it all the way.
And I put it on a base plate. So even though it does open up, I'll no longer be opening it up. And I had two of these yellow panels, which those were the most expensive pieces for the set. And when we did Black Knight's Castle, we just ordered extra because the place we were buying from had extra. So I had an extra one, and so I put them on the back. It's supposed to have one on the front, but I had an extra gray one.
Right there.
So I just put that on the front. It's one of the minor changes I made to it. And
we didn't get the panels with the rocks on them because how much were these? Like $1?
Yeah, and the ones with the rocks were like $4. So it's not 100% accurate. There's also there's supposed to be yellow arches here in the front. And those yellow arches, they were pretty expensive for just some arches. And so I said, gray's fine. But I have a full video coming out on this bad boy. And I'll tell you guys how the whole thing started with it. Was I did a castle ranking video a while back, and in it I got a comment pretty upset with where I placed Black Falcon's Fortress. And to be fair, when I was doing that ranking, I was that was one of the harder ones for me to place. Because it's not very big. Like I said, it's only like 400 pieces, so it's a small little castle. And I was looking at it based upon if someone was, which one of these would I recommend going back and getting first, second, third, so on and so forth. And, I'm going to talk about all this within the video that I do. And I don't know, I might have been a little harsh on it, but having said that, not too bad. I still kind of feel like it's a good set. All the vintage Lego is great in one hand, but out of all the castles in my collection, it's definitely one closer to the bottom. I would say it's not nearly as impressive as some of the other ones that we have. And so I'm kind of standing by, my where I put it originally. But the reason I wanted to do it is because the person called me out on it. And to be fair, I had never built the set before. I was just talking about, whether it would appeal to me or not to go and get it. And I decided to put my money where my mouth was. And I went and got the pieces and I built the thing. And so I accepted the Black Falcon Fortress challenge, and this will all be in my video coming soon to the channel.
Okay, can we move it now?
Yeah, and let me just catch up with the chat real quick.
Oh,
Omega Man is here. Hello, Omega.
Hi, Omega.
How are you today? There was lots of talk in Brick-a-Pick stream about the possibility of a Jen and Carrie Super Show.
Jen and Carrie Super Show, huh?
Jen and Carrie Super Show.
Really? How come you're excluded?
Yeah, people don't like me.
Oh, I like you. So what would this Super Show be?
Minifig Collector said, how long did it take you to gather all the parts? I got them all from 2 shops. One here in the United States and the other one it was in Taiwan. I like to keep stuff buying in the US as much as possible because it usually is cheaper and you don't have to wait nearly as long. But this Taiwan store, they had good prices, and I had worked with them in the past and I trusted them, and they got all the pieces to me in about, I don't know, 22 days, 25 days, somewhere in there.
I don't know. I didn't.
And all things considered, in order to build this thing, I would say we did it for less than 100 for sure.
I didn't have a role in this one, so
yeah.
I didn't do it. He went through all our parts and pulled the parts that he could do, just the way I do it, And so he actually did it this time. It's normally me.
I'll go put it back. But yeah, I couldn't wait for it. I wanted to get down to it.
Who is this guy? Michael Corner. Another Cho Chang.
Another Cho Chang?
Yeah, she came in this Ravenclaw set. I know. I have her. I had a couple of her because I bought the poly bag, but I changed them. They weren't all. I didn't leave them all Cho's. Cho.
Dominic says, Mikey, Hot Wheels announced a new car culture series based on the Taurus animations. The series includes the Cadillac Fleetwood from Collie Holly, Chelsea's Blue Oldsmobile 98 Starfire from Kickline.
Ooh.
Oh.
Lots of new stuff coming your way.
Yeah. So, what else do we have on today's show?
I have no idea what we're doing.
You have no idea?
No idea. I don't even know what
No
we're talking
clue.
about. No. I'm in the dark.
So
I had to go to the post office today. That was my. That's my work.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I had them all on here, but they're gone.
What'd you do?
My overlays are gone.
What happened? They delete them on you?
Maybe I didn't. I know I downloaded them, but maybe I didn't. Technical difficulties here, everyone. Sorry.
Whoopsie.
Something for today's show didn't make it into StreamYard, so I'm gonna have to.
You can tell we're almost on summer hours. We're all sorts of wrong. I don't even know what we're doing.
Don't blame me. Blame her.
Why blame me?
Because it's more fun.
To blame me, it's more fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's not more fun for me. What are these things? I don't know what those are. Oh. See, I do know.
See? You're not completely in the dark.
I'm not completely in the dark. I just forgot. These are pretty cool. I don't know what they are, but I like them. Ooh, cheers.
And Brickapick says, sorry I was uploading a short, but I did hear my name. And yep, a collab would be cool.
Oh, of course.
And Dominic says, Mikey, I'm really excited when they came out. They also announced some more Taurus Animations vehicles, but these two are the only ones we know of so far. Minifig Collector says, didn't during the time, but Black Falcon's Fortress, can they make castle expansion part sets to make them bigger? I don't know if you can with Black Falcon's Fortress. I know with Black Monarch's Castle you can. I don't have the extension for that, but I know you can make that bigger. Which I should probably get that one of these days.
One of these days.
And Omega says, I want to mod the Carrie and Jen stream. Brickapick says, utmost chaos will happen.
Chaos will ensue.
Omega's promising to be on his best behavior.
Oh. Promises.
Brickapick says he just wants to mod so he doesn't get booted. Dominic says, Mikey, I hope that we might get an Agent Domino's motorcycle for his collection this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, Omega says, I always behave. I'm being Haven. I believe you.
The one who misbehaves as well. He's on your side. He's on the misbehaved side.
Well, anyways, in other news, I came across this creation in the Godzilla fan club because I'm a part of different groups of, not just Lego stuff on Facebook. It's mostly what we use Facebook for, is being in all these crazy different groups. And when I saw this, I was like, this is actually really cool. And the creator is Keith Doyle, and I'm drawing some attention to it to the Lego community and maybe get him to put this on Lego Ideas. And he says, here's Lego Mothra, older version, obviously. High side, it would seem. She was much easier designed than Ghidorah, so he's done a Ghidorah as well. Getting her head right was the hardest part. 16-inch wingspan.
Ooh.
And just look at the...
She's so cool.
This is the coolest Lego Mothra I've ever seen.
I don't know if I've ever seen another movie.
I've seen a couple of them, but not like this. He did a really good job. And I actually told him in the comments, like, man, you should put this on Lego Ideas. and so I thought I would talk about it to try and
convince him, huh?
Yeah, drum up some interest for him. And I mean, look at the back of the wings.
Oh, so pretty. You know, I painted Mothra once on wings, Mothra's wings. They're not easy.
Yeah. This guy made a Mothra, Georgie.
Did you didn't
Georgie
see
hasn't
it.
seen it yet.
You should see it. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Now turn it off.
He won't. I'll wait for you.
I see your message, Carrie. I'll get to it in a second.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Yeah, see, Georgie is our resident Godzilla guru. Would you like it if Lego made that?
And Godzilla.
And
Godzilla. This guy said he made a King Ghidorah as well.
We'll have to look on some pictures and see
if we can find a King Ghidorah another time, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool, Keith Doyle. I approve.
Very, very cool.
Oh.
So tell me down in the comments, would you like it if Lego got into the Godzilla theme? Would that be something you would be interested in?
Yep.
Georgie says yes.
Yup.
Of course, Georgie would be in. He'd be all in.
And Brickapix has been a member for 4 months. She says, don't forget to like, guys. I can't show this on StreamYard, but I saw it on YouTube because I got YouTube playing on my phone as well. And for that, do you want...
Don't give her Dancing Toby.
I know she doesn't want Dancing Toby, but do you want Castle or do you want Pirates? It's dealer's choice.
Out of those two. Did she hear you? Freaking stuff.
A few more seconds, Brickapix.
And then he's just going to choose for you.
I'm going to choose for you. Omega Man says, oh, she said Pirates. All right. Well, here you go. And King Olderdorf, he's also doing his member. He has been a first mate for 13 months.
Ooh.
And he wants to know if Georgie's got his chores done. And I know he is a castle man, so I'll give you this. So Omega says Carrie is a pirate. And Ginger says, I want pirate movies. Brickapix is watching us from the bath. So do you live in Bath? So so you can be watching us from the bath as you live in Bath.
You're so funny.
And Brickapix says totally sounds like they're saying pyromaniac. Which gives it a new twist. You're a pyromaniac.
You're a pyromaniac.
That was clever. I'm gonna give you
way.
something for that.
I wonder why it wasn't fitting.
Let's see. There you go. Trevor's Videos is here.
Hi,
Hello,
Trevor.
Trevor. And Trevor is a fellow Lego YouTuber, so here you go, sir.
Ace Ventura, pet detective. And you must be the Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
And let's see. Ginger says, no, I pirate movies. Oh. Well, sorry for the confusion. He is a pirate, literally and figuratively.
I gotcha. I
Ahoy,
gotcha.
ahoy, a pirate.
It took me a minute. I didn't know what you were talking about. But now I get it.
Dominic Z says, Mikey, I'm getting the Taurus animation Hot Wheels cars for my collection.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
You must have a huge collection of those
know.
things, man.
It's got one heck of a collection.
Pick says Jack was feeling inadequate. Yes, he was. And Trevor says, hope you're feeling well to Lego Ginger. Ginger says, and the FBI takes the joke seriously, and now our door is being kicked down.
That FBI warning. They warned ya.
Olive says, ahoy, ahoy, fellow pirates. Yar.
Ahoy, ahoy. Oh, I was just talking to the
And
chat.
he says, I only have a few thousand Hot Wheels.
Just 1,000, few thousand.
Few
huh?
thousand. And Dominic says, Mikey, I'm really a huge fan of Taurus animations and their shows. And Ginger's out of here. It's time for jujitsu. Jujitsu.
Have fun.
It says, bye all. And let's see here. We're about a half hour in. So let's talk about your project here. How's it going?
Me?
Yeah.
Good. I'm working on it. This is the Ravenclaw that I'm trying to get done. So I did some accessories. I think these are lights, but I'm not real sure. But they're real cute. And I love the chairs. Of course, they have cool chairs. So yeah, I already opened the bag too. So this is the last bag of this one. And then I'll...
You got 2 more to go?
Yeah. I'll start on probably Gryffindor. And then... because I already did the thumbnails. So
Yeah.
Hufflepuff will be on the next docket.
I made her... I kicked her into gear.
I saw Kiri, Miss Berkapix was doing these today.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Getting these all done. That way I can rip them apart and incorporate them into my castle. Is that what Berkapix is going to do with hers? Or,
She said no.
She's going to keep hers the way they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I asked her. Are we going to incorporate them somehow?
Why are you asking my questions? Just kidding.
Trevor says, looking forward to a day off Thursday and a trip to the Lego store with my 2 boys.
Oh,
that sounds like
that
fun.
sounds like lots of fun.
Speaking of which, has anybody out there made any Lego purchases lately? If so, tell me what you guys have bought and what kind of stuff you're building and things of that nature. I know for us, we still tend to buy a decent amount of Lego over the summer just because that's when there's a lot of new releases.
Right, they come out with all the good stuff.
But for us, we tend to slow down our actual building and stuff over the summer.
Yeah.
Because we're just, we're not home a whole lot.
Except if we pick something up north for the boy.
Yeah.
Usually we'll build it up there and bring it home.
It's just, it's good for the soul. It's good for, doing this YouTube stuff. I mean, if we didn't do the YouTube stuff and we were just, just collecting and stuff like that, things would be a little bit different. But doing the YouTube stuff, you kind of give yourself timelines, and so you got, goals you're trying to reach and things like that. Whether it's we have stream on Tuesday or do X amount of videos per week, etc. So it's nice to step away from all of that and just get back to nature and just relax a little bit. That's one thing that I recommend to all my fellow content creators out there, especially if you're doing this pretty regularly, is it's good to step away for a while. Otherwise, you'll end up burning yourself out, and you might find yourself not enjoying what you're doing anymore, and you're just kind of doing it just because you feel like you have to do it or whatever.
Right, just because it's the day to do it.
Yeah, and so I look forward to it. We all do. I think we're all ready for our vacations to begin.
Mm-hmm.
I know Georgie's ready for summer to be here, so he doesn't have to go to school. Which earlier in the chat, I missed that because I had all the super chats and everything. But King Ollendorf wanted to know if Georgie had done his chores already, because I was talking about that in Brick-a-Pick stream. He wants a Jason NECA action figure, a collectible. And he got $2 at school today. He won $2 at school, and so he came home.
He thought he was a big shooter.
He thought he was a big shot and wanted to buy himself something, and it cost $35. So he's a little short,
just a tad.
And so he wanted to know what kind of stuff he could do in order to earn that money, and we came up with. Jen gave him some, he's got some additional homework, some additional worksheets he's got to do. Which, is he done with those?
He did do them, but there are some incorrects that I have to erase and he has to redo. But
he did all of them?
Yep.
And then I think tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to pull my truck out of the garage and he's going to shop vac it off and get it all cleaned up on the inside. And then he's going to help me wash it. So, yeah.
Finally get the bird poop off of it.
Yeah, it's got bird poop off. Well, because we used to park it outside, but we recently got a new vehicle and
it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit in the garage. And so we have to put our truck in there instead. And so, since it's going to be inside all the time, it needs a good cleaning and stuff like that to help keep it nice and fresh. Let's see. Olive says, I recently bought all the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 sets. Oh, that's cool.
That the ship is pretty cool looking. The orange one. I thought that one was pretty cool.
Trevor says, just the flower pot gift with purchase off a seller on eBay. Didn't want to spend the money for the threshold, so I got it for 30 pounds.
Hey.
That doesn't sound too bad. Minifig Collector says, the silver crown in this set is supposed to be a diadem.
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor says, instead of spending over 100 pounds to get the gift with purchase. Infamous says, those new tiles on the front of the banners is an interesting part. 2x2 tile with circular cutouts.
These ones. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, those do look new, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are pretty cool. I do like those.
Brick-a-Pick says, I got two banners and 2 more Potter Tasks sets for mocking.
Potter Tasks?
What's that?
What's Potter Task? Explain yourself. I'm confused.
Yeah, she's gonna be finishing between this show and the next episode, which she's gonna be finishing up these banners.
Yeah. The banners will be done. Which is funny because I got the books way before I got the banners, and I'm doing the banners first. The books are just still sitting behind me. And then for the last show before we go on our break, I'm gonna do Black Lake.
No, that'll be back from our break.
Oh.
Yeah.
So next show is our last one? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Yeah, we have one more show after this until we'll be gone for 2 weeks, and which I will put up ahead of time so you guys will know when our next stream will be. So it won't be a surprise or anything. You'll be able to look and see, they're not streaming this week, they're streaming next week kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Trevor says creating the Up House stop motion took the time, so haven't produced anything else as of yet.
It was good though. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to watch.
Olive says there is no Lego resale store in Gaylord. No, I didn't think so. We're going to be at the St. Ignace Car Show this year, though. We are going to go. I have some plans. A friend of mine, a couple of friends, they're going to be up there around that time, and so we're making it a thing. So if you wanted to meet us in person, that could be something we arrange. Minifig Collector says the silver crown in this set is supposed to be the diadem.
Mm-hmm. They gave you an extra one too, I think.
Dominic Z says, Mikey, my favorite Kickline Christmas special is a snow show from 1993 because it includes the song School's Out by the one and only Alice Cooper. Yeah. Brickapick says the lake underwater tasks.
Yes. That is the one.
Minifig Collector says, I think she meant the tasks from Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that's where the Black Light set comes into.
Is that the name of it? It's the underwater task, not the Black Lake set? Did I say it wrong? I just think of it as the Black Lake set.
Trevor says, that's a cool set, Brickapix. I also like the new train because I haven't gotten any of the previous versions. Well,
oh, nice.
The Black Lake tasks, that is.
That's what it's called?
Got 2 extra ones, she said.
Oh, nice.
Trevor says, we'll miss your streams, but have a well-earned rest and safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like I said, we'll be here next week. The next week is our official last show before the summer break.
Summer
schedule kicks into full swing.
We're only having really one long one, and that one's going to be.
I think we'll be like
July to August
3 weeks
one.
without a show, maybe.
Yeah.
In late July, early August. But
then when we come back in August, we're back.
Yeah. And then July will be the most biggest down part because I think we're only going to have one show in July.
Yeah.
In the middle of July.
Mm-hmm.
But we're having a couple in early June. We'll have one next week will be the early June, and then so I think we're having 2 in June, 1 in July, and then I think we have 2 in August, but they won't be till the end of August.
Yeah, they're not till the end of August. Oh, that looks nice.
Olive says we might run into each other up there. Some of my family's antique cars might be in it. I don't know.
Awesome.
Dominic says Mikey Chelsea sung the song School's Out with Alice Cooper together in the Kickline Christmas special.
Ooh.
Really?
That's fun.
It's probably on YouTube, I'd imagine.
So is Brickapix going to display these then?
That's what she was saying in her stream, and maybe like hanging them up or something.
I was trying to figure out a way to hang them or like make something so I can hang them so I can do the review on them. I was trying to make it so it hangs up. I was thinking about trying to make something. This isn't add up, and it's driving me bonkers.
I tell you, they're just pushing out Cho Ching left and right these days, aren't they?
Shows everywhere, man. All right. So now I need. I'll do this one first. I like her sweater though.
So let me ask you guys this question. Where would you like to see us improve the channel or the show or the kind of videos we make? If you had any advice or suggestions you'd like to give me, what would they be? Infamous says, I'm going to a small car show tonight, European cars and coffee.
Ooh,
that's
coffee.
fun.
I need coffee.
Jen needs coffee.
I love coffee. You can never have enough coffee, in my opinion.
Minifig Collector says, what are your thoughts on the DC set for summer, all being Batman versus the Joker? I think the Joker and the 4+ Batman set is inspired the animated series version of a Joker. I'd have to take another look at that. It's an interesting But that really doesn't surprise me if they're all kind of based on the animated series, or, you know, because it seems like Batman, the last, you know, better part of 20 years or so, has really been what has been carrying DC. I mean, even so much that, you know, they have to bring him into the Flash, but not only that, they're bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman because they know that that's the Batman
Everybody loves.
that everybody loves the most, or, you know, with, you know, I mean, it's debatable between Michael Keaton or Christian Bale, but I mean. But anyways, those are the ones that people associate the most with. And when the DC movies of late, where they've had like Batman in them, it's never really it hasn't taken off like they did in the past. Even the most recent Batman movie, which we never even watched, to be honest, which is unusual for me. It didn't
appeal.
It hasn't appealed to me all that much. And so they're gotta, you know.
I like the animated series though, so that's nice that they're doing.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't surprise me that they're going back to stuff like that they know people are going to have higher affinity for. Dominic says, Mikey, we had the Kickline Christmas special on VHS. It was recorded from the TV channel RTL in 1995. This was my first exposure to the Kickline franchise back in 2008. Oh. And King Ollendorf, we're putting him to sleep, but now he says he's awake. And Infamous says, what kind of cameras do you use for your videos, Mikey? I use my cell phone for like all the content and stuff. It's got a good camera on it. At least I've under the assumption that it is. I mean, it could always be better, I suppose. But I could upload in 4K, and I have in the past, but it seems like it's a little bit
overkill.
But because, you know, the videos take longer, bigger files and everything, where I got them up in full HD. So, I mean, how do they look in your guys' end? You know, you tell me. Brickapick says, I feel sorry for the Ben Affleck because he did a good Batman. He would have been a better Batman 15 years ago, though. You know.
I don't even know if I
without
saw
actually
him.
doing Batman, she said. Dominic Z says, Mikey, and here's another fun fact. I got back into Kickline in 2021, and I'm still a hardcore Kickline fan to this day. Ooh. I can tell. Olive says, I do like the Batman. Yeah, I need to watch it. It's been on our list to watch a couple of times, but we've just never actually turned it on. I guess it's because it's we're how many Batman deep now, you know? Like it gets to the point where it doesn't matter how much you like a franchise. When you've seen different actors do it at a certain point, it kind of gets like, am I really gonna invest my time into the sixth iteration of Batman or something at this point? Because if it doesn't do that well, there'll just be a seventh in a few years.
Right. I'm a diehard Keaton fan, so Keaton's my Batman.
Brickapick says emo Batman. I only got about halfway through before losing interest. Oh, see, that's not good.
Who was emo Batman?
I'm assuming that's the newest one.
Oh.
That sounds like it.
Is that with Robert Patterson?
Yeah.
He's emo Batman. That's what they call him.
I wasn't impressed with his Batmobile. It might sound silly, but that's also a big part of it for me.
Doesn't have a nice ride.
Chicks dig the car. There's something about the Batmobile that it's got to be just. Uh-oh. And when it's not, that's my biggest complaint on the Christian Bale movies is I didn't like the Tumbler. I'm like hashtag not my Batmobile. I mean, look at since you have the original Adam West Batmobile, and say what you want. For its time, that was a really cool, unique looking vehicle. It definitely stood out in the crowd, and so you can't take anything away from the original Batmobile. And then you get to the Michael Keaton era Batmobile, and I mean that's the best one in all honesty. And then you get to the Val Kilmer era. That's still a nice looking Batmobile. I haven't seen the George Clooney movie in forever, but I'm sure if I did, I would say that's still a pretty good looking Batmobile. And then, like I said, the Tumbler from the Christian Bale movies, I was never really feeling them. That was my biggest knock on those movies was the Batmobile. And then and so I can't even tell you what did Ben Affleck, did he drive a Batmobile? I couldn't tell you. And then I saw the one, because didn't they make a Lego set on the emo Batman movie? And I was just like, that doesn't look like the Batmobile. I don't
know that I'll ever know it more than emo Batman now. The emo Batman.
Brickapick says Cedric Diggory all grown up. Dominic says, Mikey, I'm also currently working on a Kickline live show top hat replica. It is the Medic Candy top hat with the siren.
Oh.
And Infamous says the best Batmobile from the Dark Knight, Lamborghini Murcielago. Murcielago means bat in Spanish. The Dark Knight, it didn't have a Lamborghini Murcielago. It was the Tumbler still. He drove the Tumbler in all those movies.
Where did my other? Oh, I know where it is. So I finished the Ravenclaw one.
You want to show it? Check it out.
Yeah. See, this is the Ravenclaw one. Opens up with all the accessories. This was a pretty one. I liked this one. I really liked the card, how pretty that picture was and everything. So I'm excited to put this in Ravenclaw somewhere. Oh. But yeah, all these little accessories, chairs. I don't know what these are. They're just like some kind of lanterns. But yeah, I'm excited about all these cool accessories going in there. And then it just folds out. I mean, these are such neat little designs. I think.
I could see why somebody might want to hang them on a wall or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably do something with the front, because I won't keep all the accessories in there or anything, but I'll probably
because you want to incorporate it into your castle.
Yeah, but like this, part, maybe I'll do something with this, put it on the wall or something like that. But yeah, I really like it.
So we have, which one's next? Which one did you put on the thumbnail?
Gryffindor's next.
Didn't you put that on the thumbnail?
No, I didn't.
You put
I put Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
And I love these little guys. Cornish pixies.
Cornish pixies.
Freshly caught Cornish pixies. So yeah, so now I'm going to do the, I'm going to start the Gryffindor one.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor
wins again, Breckapix.
Yeah, they must just be lanterns. But yeah, that one's done. One more down.
So King Olendor says Batman, more like Catman, Datman, Eatman, F-Man, Gatman, Hatman, Jatman, Catman, Catmandu, Patman.
Wow.
Okay. Olive says, I actually like the 69 Charger Batmobile. If that's what they use, the 69 Charger, yeah, I like that car. But you shouldn't be able to tell what a Batmobile is. It should be a mystery.
Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be able to know it's an actual car.
Yeah.
It should just be a Batmobile.
Yeah. Dominic says, Mikey, the top hat used in the Kickline Live show called Kickline Live in Britain. It was part of the Taurus Animations TV Stars charity back in the day.
Mm.
Baker Pick says Cornish pasties. Then she says, okay, I gotta go.
Who?
Baker Pick.
Oh, hi. Have a good night.
Gryffindor always wins. Gryffindor wins again.
Gryffindor wins again.
FMS says he drives the Lambo in Dark Knight, of course the Tumbler too. I'm just kidding calling it the Batmobile. It's just his daily driven car, but Murcielago does mean bat. It's interesting that it's in Spanish, being that it's an Italian car.
Oh.
And she says, of the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, I prefer the Ravenclaw one. Night, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the next one.
No, honey.
Olive says, I had to look it up. At least it wasn't a Chevy sedan.
We got Angelina Johnson, Neville Longbottom, and Harry.
See, some of these people I've never even heard of. What are your guys' thought about them rebooting the Harry Potter franchise? That seems like
What's your banner?
quite a controversial move, if I do say so myself. I don't know that I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I like it. I would say I'm a fan, but I'm not like a super diehard. So
It's such a vast world. I don't know why they have to redo it. Why can't they just come up with their own story?
It seems like you're asking for trouble, but they're gonna say it's gonna be more accurate to the books, but just because it's more accurate to the books doesn't mean it's gonna be
like
better.
It. Right. We'll see. We'll see.
Olive says the 89 was a Chevy sedan. No, the 89 Batmobile, you could see influence from a Corvette in it. Yes. That is the one car that I would say you can see some similarities there. But it by no means was a Corvette. And it wasn't a sedan. It was a C3 era Corvette is what you could see similarities with the 89 Batmobile. You know, for how big those little sticker sheet things were, you don't really see a whole lot of them. I'm kind of perplexed by that.
Mama.
You see enough of it though.
They hide a lot of it though.
But it's just supposed to be background, you know, like there's the eyes and that, you know.
Well, pull it out. Like you don't see that. You don't see like any of that.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah, you don't see the other one. It's behind this, isn't it? Oh, oops. You want it open?
Infamous says, Jen, how's it going in Hyrule? I love that game. Can't stop playing it.
Oh, yes. I haven't played it in a while. I am sad because I have wanted to play it. I'm hopefully this weekend I will get back into it. But yes, I am loving it. I love all of Link's new powers. They're so much fun. Please sit down. You're scaring me. But yes, I'm enjoying it immensely. I love that game. Like I haven't even picked up Hogwarts Legacy in a while because of that game. But yeah, hopefully I'll get back to playing it this weekend. I've wanted to turn it on a couple of times, but you know, other things call me, Legos call me, or you know, thumbnails. We watched the new Dungeons and Dragons movie, so
I really enjoyed that.
We really enjoyed that. So yeah, just things that have kept me away from it, but
I will say
can't wait to get back to it. And it's nice because it's a Switch game, so I get to take up north.
Yeah.
So that's probably
she's got all summer to play it too.
Yeah. I'm gonna be playing that all summer long for sure.
Mama, I do want the Slytherin one and the Owl one and the
That's
Tiger.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw and the Tiger one.
This one's Gryffindor.
Gryffindor and
You want all these?
yeah.
What are you gonna do with them?
Well,
Here, get on camera and say what do you tell everyone what you're gonna do with those if you get them.
I'm just gonna set them up.
Set them up where?
I'm just like don't play with them.
And how exactly are you gonna play with them?
Just like open them and just set them up.
But
I won't put them by each other. I will put them by each other.
you will put them by each other.
And you set them up in a line
Mm-hmm.
and play with them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's Harry. Oh.
Why do you want the Slytherin one?
Well, it looks nice. And those are new piece.
He likes green.
Yeah.
And you like snakes too, don't you?
He does like snakes.
Are you really a Slytherin?
No, I'm with Mama. But I do like snakes and green.
You do like snakes and green.
Do you like green snakes?
Those are poisonous.
Oh. The green snakes are poisonous.
All right. Well, go back to your seat. There was your Georgie chat hour. Olive says they use a Corvette and Lincoln Continental throughout the filming for the undercar. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Wait, you know.
Dominic says Mikey Takara also did a kickline playset called Oak Bridge Harbor back in 1993.
Ooh, Oak Bridge Harbor back.
But we brought up the Dungeons and Dragons movie, so I mean we could talk about that for a minute. It was the first time we had seen it, and I did really enjoy it. I'm not going to go as so far as to say I loved it, but it's I am enjoying it a lot. They did. I'm not going to say a great or amazing job introducing the world of Dungeons and Dragons to people, because as I've said before, that the Dungeons and Dragons world, it's a vast world with lots of lore and lots of characters that I think people would really enjoy getting to know better. And it did a good job introducing people to that world. again, I'm not going to go so far as to say a great job, but it did a good job. And it can't take down Lord of the Rings for me, no way, shape, or form.
That's not even close.
I don't know that I can say it can even really challenge Harry Potter unless this new reboot Harry Potter series comes and it's just people hate it.
It might beat that one. It might beat that one.
It might beat that one. I liked it better than Fantastic Beasts for sure. Yeah. I was never a huge fan of those movies.
I liked the first.
My criticisms, like I don't know if you guys have seen.
Yeah, we don't want to
seen it, anything. So you know, I don't want to spoil it too much. But back when Lego was doing the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and it was a pretty hot topic here in the Lego community, I kept saying something that, for whatever reason, people keeps going over people's heads, and that is it's in the name Dungeons and Dragons. And I think the smart play is to push dragons to the forefront as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Because that's what really is going to draw a lot of attention from people. And yes, there are 2 dragons in the movie, but neither one of them are like the big baddies. They're not the main focus of the story or anything like that.
I do.
One's like comic relief.
Yeah, one's like comic relief. I would say that there's the story of Tiamat. That is a place where I can understand maybe not doing it for the first movie, but if you're going to do the full Dungeons and if this is the story that you're putting on film, or this is how you want to represent Dungeons and Dragons, then I would say they need to get to Tiamat like as soon as possible. Like you need to bring it into the next movie. You need to amp up the epic factor in that movie. They amped up the comedy, so it almost feels like an MCU movie, which I don't hate. But the epicness is lacking, and that's something that shouldn't be lacking out of Dungeons and Dragons, in all honesty. So that's
the world is epic.
Yeah,
the vastness of the world.
But so I think that they did a good job introducing the world to Dungeons and Dragons, but not a great job. I told Jen after watching it that if I were them, the smart thing to do would to take the actual modules that you can go and buy and people can play these missions, do those as films. That's the smart move, because not only could then people make video games based upon your modules, but now there's a movie based upon it, and then you can literally go and you can play that same adventure that you saw on screen at home with your own characters. And that could really add a unique aspect to Dungeons and Dragons that really nothing else can compete with. And they're missing the boat there. They're telling their own new stories, which there's nothing wrong with it. That's part of Dungeons and Dragons is you can create your own world and tell your own stories as well. So I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I'm saying that they have some built-in stuff that is epic and great and amazing. And it's like compared to Lord of the Rings, it would be like, here this film studio has all these rights to do all these Lord of the Rings stories, and it'd be like if they just they didn't even tell the story of the One Ring or the Hobbit. They started with a side mission, that's like not really part of the main story, but kind of connects. It'd be like starting there, or for like Harry Potter, it'd be like starting with new stories when you never even heard of Harry Potter before. It's like, no, you gotta tell the big stories first, and then you can go and tell the smaller side stories. But again, that's me nitpicking it. Having said, I really enjoyed it. And if you're into that kind of stuff, I do recommend watching it. It definitely has a MCU kind of a feel to it, but it's fun. I enjoyed it.
It was a good one. I watched it again the next day with Georgie.
King Oldor says, I'm back after Puppy Dwarf whining her sleep.
Aww.
She having a nightmare.
Aww, poor Puppy Dwarf.
Oh, Puppy Dwarf.
FMS Convict says, Harry Potter looking like Mr. Bean in that suit.
I know.
He is.
I thought his neck looked a little short.
It's Vazy Time 88 is here. How are you doing today,
Hello.
Vazy Time? Says, really have been getting back into Lego, mainly Star Wars and DC, but Lego hates DC.
Oh, I wouldn't say they hate it. It's just they can't sell it. Nobody wants to buy it.
Olive says, I want an Earth Shaker. In the 70s, 80s, they had a module where you fight your way through the different levels of a steampunk Gundam.
Ooh.
See, I never heard of that one. But some of the stuff that I have the module where it goes into Tiamat and his lore, or her lore, I should say. And it goes into all the lore of the dragons. And since it's in the name, that's why I feel like that's where they should start. Because there's a lot of interesting lore there that's unique to Dungeons and Dragons in regards to the actual dragons themselves. You know, color coded, red, blue, green, black. They're all evil dragons, and the metallic dragons are gold and silver and bronze and stuff like that. And then Tiamat is like the god of the evil dragons, and then there's like a god of the good dragons as well. And going into all that lore, I think is interesting. And then there's another one called the Tomb of Horrors, and that module is considered legendary by Dungeons and Dragons fans, and that would be another one that I think could make into a really cool movie as well.
It's like they got the blueprint right there. They just have to use it.
Mm-hmm. Olive's taking off. Well, thanks for
thanks so
joining
much
us.
for joining us.
It's Vazy's time. Says, definitely going to try to build a city. Any advice? Well, what do you have to start with? How big are you wanting to go? How much room do you have to work with? I mean, these are all important questions to ask yourself. Are you doing a shelf city? Are you doing kind of what we did with putting tables and everything down?
Or are you just doing it on the floor?
Or are you just going to do it on the floor, like Georgie says? These are all the stuff that I always started with, because you have to do the not fun stuff first, I guess, is what I'm saying. The actual building Lego and city planning and all that stuff, that's the fun part. But whether you're going to be doing a shelf city or tables or whatever, you're going to have to put together tables or make sure you have the shelf space and stuff like that. You have to start there. And that's the stuff that's not quite so much fun, but it's super important in your planning as well. And he says, I want to do one on the smaller side. I tried finding my old Legos from when I was younger, but my mom gave them to Ethel, my younger cousin.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. Are you actually looking to do an actual city?
Are you going to do a mock city to where you build the buildings, or are you going to get the buildings that are out there already?
You're going to try to get the modular buildings, or I mean, modular buildings, you can't really go wrong with them. It's you know, it's literally building a city in a box, you know, building by building. So you can't really go wrong that way. But having said that, I don't know how much, you know, if you're just doing it for your own enjoyment, or if you're trying to, you know, get oohs and ahs from people on the internet or whatever. But I know there's so many Lego cities out there now that to really separate yourself from the pack, your city needs to have originality to it. And the only way you're going to get that is with mocks. So that's definitely something to consider as well. But if that doesn't matter to you, then, you know, yeah, you can just get modular buildings, and you can get some of the Lego city sets, and, you know, get some road base plates and stuff, and start, you know, planning it out.
Yeah, and you gotta decide if you want mills plates or just base plates. You gotta decide on that, because mills plates take a lot more Lego.
Yeah, we don't build on mills plates, and for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it's a lot of extra Lego that you need in order to do that. And for two, the main reason why mills plates are advantageous for certain people is they go to these Lego shows, and if everybody's using mills plates, then it's much easier to connect what everybody's been working on if you're going to work together on a big mock. And
just makes it more universal for those that type of Lego, you know, lovers.
But for us, I'm never going to take our stuff to a convention or anything. I don't have any desire to do anything like that.
No.
I mean, I will go to the convention, but it just that wouldn't be something I would enjoy. If anything, it would give me a lot of anxiety, and so I'm not going to do that. And so as a result, us building ours on mills plates just kind of felt like a waste of Lego and a waste of money
and
time, because there's nothing that you can do on a mills plate that you can't do on a basic base plate. You just have to build it up higher.
Well, that's not true.
It is true.
There's one thing that the mills plate is, it's nice for lighting. You can hide a lot of the wires and stuff.
Well, we're not into that.
Well, I know, but you can't make a blanket statement and say that there's not really much to it. If you want to do a lot of lighting, you know, mills plates would be one way to go. I mean, I'm sure you can do it on a base plate as well, but
I'll give you that. It would be easier to hide the wires.
It would be easier to hide the wires, yes. Well, because, you know, I watch a lot of Moments of the Magic, and he hides a lot of wires in those things.
Infamous says, mills plates, boo. King Oldnor says, I think mixing between mills plate and base plate in my future city.
Well, you know, to each their own on their own cities, you know.
Yeah.
They can, it's more of a personal preference, how you want to build. You know, and if you're building a city and you have plans to make it bigger one day in a different location, you know, you might want to build on mills plates just because it's easier to move them. But if you're just kind of building in an area you already have and you're not planning on getting it bigger or anything, then, you know.
Trevor says, gonna have to say goodnight. Sorry, up early in the morning. Take care, everyone.
That's okay.
Well,
thanks so
Trevor.
much for dropping by.
Monkey Legend is here. He says, "Hey, sorry I'm late." Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Infamous says, "Old road plates for life."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand why Lego's trying to push to more of a Mills plate kind of, idea, especially with the roads plates, because at the end of the day, they're going to sell more Lego that way.
Right. You kind of don't need to listen to Lego's recommendations because they're going to be all for more Lego. The more money, it's just, it's not very cost effective, in my opinion. Mills plates aren't. It seems like a waste of a lot of Lego.
Yeah.
And for very little benefit.
Well, like the coolest thing that I see people do on Mills plates is if you have a blue base plate that you turn into a Mills plate, then you can put the water down lower. And I do like the way that looks.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always talked myself out of it because if I wanted, I could do that same effect. You just build on a blue base plate and then put a bunch, build a bunch of green plates all around it. And then the water is still going to be below the actual grass. So again, there's not anything with it that you can't just do on a base plate there.
Right. It's all personal preference. It's what you want. But yeah, I prefer the old road plates. Those, I do prefer those over the new ones. The new ones, to me, they don't, I don't know. Well, maybe they just don't have the charm.
Yeah, I think that's
the charm of it. Maybe that's what I'm looking for, is the charm.
The Crow Castle video came out yesterday. We talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago now, and the guy that made that originally, I think it's a great mock that he did. But some of the comments that I got on that video were like, it's missing the old Lego charm. And that's a real thing. And when I hear that from people, I understand exactly what they're saying. Mm-hmm. And yes, and it's definitely a problem, whether it's in the Lego community or the Lego user groups or YouTube stuff. All of us, we have different things that we like. And I know for us, you can make something look too good. You can make something look too realistic. And then it doesn't look like Lego so much anymore. And if it doesn't look like Lego, it loses that original Lego charm to me. Because there's something about the old Lego charm that's always what we are going to gravitate to, in our city and everything, is it's gotta look like a Lego set to us.
Like you've got to. I know some people get all worried about it, but you got to see studs.
Yeah.
If you cover every single stud, it loses the charm. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. That I like to see studs.
Yeah.
I'm not, let's fill every stud with something.
Let's not tile off every single stud.
Let's not tile off every single stud out there. I mean, I like more of the stud look than I do of the tile look. I mean, there are places for tiles for sure, but if it's all tiles, it just and also
then it starts to look too clean.
Right. And that's true with the what was that? The foliage. Foliage drives me crazy. Sometimes there's too much foliage to where my eyes can't even focus on the details because that's all I see is foliage. And sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, the amount of detail people put into these sets. I mean, they're beautiful and they're meticulous, and I can't even imagine doing them, but it's a little much in my opinion. It just gets a little overwhelming and it loses the charm, because you want to be able to see the fun little intricacies, like the frog sitting on the side of the pond. If you have too much foliage, you're not really going to see that frog unless you stare at it like for 20 minutes and you're like, oh, there's a frog there, that kind of stuff. That drives me bonkers.
Well, for me, it all goes back to the 90s, the 80s and 90s, and getting those original vintage Lego catalogs. And when you would see all the sets, like the way Lego would put them all together themselves, and they would take their pictures. That to me, that's the benchmark. And yes, you can create mocks that surpass that.
Oh, of course, you can do anything. It's Lego.
But then to me, you're losing some of the classic Lego charm when you do that. And so that's why I like to. That's always where my head is at first. Is
so you got to decide on what kind of style you like.
Right.
That's another thing. You gotta.
And if you're all for the super realistic stuff, then more power to you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no right or wrong.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong. It's personal preference. It's whatever you like and whatever you want to see. That's what's fun about Lego. It's so diverse. Like, you can do so many things. Like, you can make a super realistic thing.
Yeah.
That's just not my style.
Facey Time is out of here. Said good night, guys.
Bye.
Your channel is the best.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Monkey Legend says, I took the arms off a Lego keychain and put them on a regular figure, and it's hilarious.
See, you could do anything, man. It's full of possibilities. Lego is.
Infamous says the new road plates with the tile surface looks off too shiny for the roads. I prefer the matte road surface of the old base plates. Yeah, that's what we have in our city, and I didn't even realize they changed for quite some time until I started, because
I think the stunts is when we first got the roads, the stunt sets.
Well, I started seeing other people's cities, and it seemed like that everybody else was doing different roads with them as well, but I just thought maybe it was, everyone was, copying what everyone else was doing. But no, it's that's the way they're being made now.
That's what they're making them.
I'm not saying I don't think they look good. It's
just
how much do they cost versus what you're actually getting. I mean, because when we did the roads for our city. And we have really no need to buy any more road plates going forward. We have the roads that we have, and we're not really going to be adding any new roads. So
where we're going,
you don't need roads.
Yeah, it goes back to the too clean for me. The new roads are they're too clean. They're too shiny. They're too smooth. It's just, like I said, my personal preference is the studs. I mean, I love tiles like nobody's business. I am a tile girl. I love tiles, like printed tiles, the way they make them. Like you said, those new tiles that they have on these, I do love a tile, but there's just something about too many tiles. Yeah. It's too smooth. Legos aren't smooth, they're bumpy.
Well, and I don't want to give too big of a blanket statement here, because I haven't built every mock that was ever created in the world, obviously. But whether it's been rebrickable or mocks that I've created, or even mocks that the missus has done, they can be great, they can be amazing, but at the end of the day, there's going to be some small differences, but yet they do become kind of glaring between the difference between a mock and an official Lego set. Official Lego sets are always
perfect,
pretty stinking close most of the time. Now, yeah, you can nitpick and say, well, this set wasn't perfect or that set wasn't perfect. But the last 4 or 5 years, like especially the bigger ones, like Lion Knight's Castle, Rivendell, your Diagon Alley, they're Lego hits the ball out of the park with stuff like that. And
not any changes you're going to make to it is, I don't know that it makes it better.
Yeah, and I would actually argue, and a lot of times it makes it worse. But the
like the open back sets, some of those sets you can definitely make better. Like I did with Hagrid's Hut and the Hogsmeade's, But again, I used their design and,
Right. Well, what comes to mind is, for me always, is the rebrickable castle we did of the Creator 3-in-1 set versus the official Lion Knight's castle. Now, they're both beautiful. If you don't have your hands on each one and see the intricacies and differences, if I just show you to them on camera, you're probably not going to be able to pick up on it as much. But I'm telling you, when you are in front of them and you're touching them, feeling them, you can see the difference in how the structure was created from the ground up is always going to be more solid on an official set than any kind of mod.
Well, it goes through rigorous. They put their sets through rigorous quality control. Rigorous. That's a funny word.
Monkey Legend sends, update the regular arms, fit in the keychain.
They glue those together, man. Are the arms not glued together on them? Because I know our Hulk, we couldn't get him apart.
Infamous says, that's how I feel about Bricklink designer sets. You're just buying someone's mock. Much rather it go through ideas process and have a Lego designer get their hands on it.
It is better. And like I said, they go through a rigorous quality control with those things. I mean, you can just tell, especially if you're a mocker, you're like, this would never have went through. Yeah. Like I have something on my castle and I'm like, this would never have been approved. Yeah. They would have thrown the book at me. Get out of here with this thing. What are you trying to pull? I was just trying to make it fit. So they won't. Don't do that, please.
Just pretending.
Oh.
Monkey Legend says, I personally like to build my own Star Wars mocks. The only time I used rebrickable was when I turned the 2020 TIE Fighter into an Interceptor. Yeah, and I'm not speaking negatively on that stuff. I love rebrickable.
It's an awesome resource.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking on there to say, well, we can buy this set and we can build this with it instead, especially if it's something that we have more than one of, or if it's something we, maybe it has minifigures we like, but the rest of the set we're just kind of ho-hum about.
Ministry of Magic.
Yeah. So I love that resource, and I'm not speaking negatively on that resource at all. All I'm saying is that
Lego doesn't always knock it out of the park,
the quality control standards on a rebrickable mock are not to the same level as an official.
There are no quality control standards.
Yeah.
And another thing about these rebrickables is you got to be careful because some of them don't actually build their sets personally, and they only do it in the program. That program's not Lego, you know. I mean, it's not perfect. Like when I built my statues, I built it in Studio, and then when I actually got my hands on it, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. This is just not gonna work, you know. So you gotta be careful on that too, especially if somebody is selling one and they've never built it themselves.
Yeah, having actually built it in real Lego makes a difference. Because you'll see right away, like, oh, this worked in the program, but in real life, that's
not gonna work.
It's not. It might work, but it doesn't really work.
No.
And
that's what they do at Lego. They build each set they design. They build each one, and that's what makes them good, because they'll find little errors like that. And they're like, yep, I got to figure something else out because this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did with my statues.
Well, and that's why
I had to go back through and fix my instructions because it wasn't working.
I don't know. Hold on. But what I was saying is that
that was upside down.
I know some people have seen the original Lego Ideas submissions, and they say, oh, the original one was better, or you know, and that's all personal
or I wish
preference.
They would have kept this part of it.
Yeah, on the original fan submissions versus what the actual set ends up entailing. But I would say that not in every situation, but a good number of them, probably some of the changes that were made have to do with some of the stuff that we're saying right now. Is that there was something in the original design where Lego was like,
that's not going to work.
That's not going to fly right there.
That's not going to pass.
Yeah.
And then another one is money.
Yeah.
That's going to cost too much money. We're not doing that. That's that surprised me that Thor's hammer, they put that in, they kept that design in the A-frame cabin.
Well, sometimes they have stuff like that where they're like, will we have done that? No, but it looks good and it's not a quality control problem.
Right. Well, it was hard to do.
It was hard to do, but once it was done, it's not like
it
it's
looks
gonna fall
nice.
apart.
You're right. The effect looks great.
Most of the stuff that I've seen is it's just there's something that's too feeble in a mock that an official Lego set would not authorize.
Or if there's like the M's Antique where it was just jutting out the side.
Yeah.
Lego's not going to do that. They're not going to leave that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jutting out the side. Yeah, here you go.
Monkey Legend says, when I used Rubricable for my Mando set with Grief Karga, and I followed everything, and I was missing pieces, so I just broke it and used it for scraps.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Sorry you were missing pieces.
But speaking of Lego ideas, it is time to
look at some.
We have one this week.
We just have one this week.
We just have one this week, and it is Universal Monsters Classic Monster Collection.
Ooh.
It is by Reese.qk. Has 1,788 supporters, 537 days left. And if you guys know me at all, know I am a horror movie fan. And while the chances of us getting an actual Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and Lego are not good, this could be something that could happen. They've already done Dracula and Frankenstein and werewolves and all that in the past anyways. And this would be a good way to kind of give us back some of these classic monsters again in a nice form here. And
I like how they each have like their own little diorama.
yeah, they all have their own little diorama.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and so you get Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Frankenstein's wife, all on their own fun little scene. And I mean, it really, this is to, you would buy this because you'd want the minifigures. I mean, not that the builds themselves aren't fun and cool and all, but it'd be a good way to get these monster minifigures out there again for everybody, because they haven't really done them properly since Monster Fighters.
They did a couple of them in the collectible minifigure series.
A couple, but still not.
They had the werewolf. They had Dracula. They had the spider wife, and so they did a few. They did the werewolf. They did Frankenstein.
But he was like had a rock band version. Like there's been
only
changes.
because he had a guitar. I mean, his whole body wasn't a rock band.
Well, he had like a rocker shirt on or something.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the werewolf, the Wolfman. Georgie's interested in this.
I see that. He's all sorts of...
The Mummy. I like this.
Yeah.
These pieces.
That'd be good for Loki stuff.
Oh, this? Yeah.
That's the shape of Loki stuff.
It is.
There you go. Click on it. Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we didn't get him in the Monster Fighters. I passed on him, and I'm kind of sad about it now, so I would like to get him. And the Bride of Frankenstein. Let's see. Let's read it. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Based on the iconic film franchise spanning the 1930s to 1950s, the classic monster collection features iconic scenes from the Universal Pictures classic monster movies nearly a century after they were initially released. These movies are still relevant and these characters are beloved. Having spent many of my formative years in Orlando, Florida, visiting the Monster Cafe at Universal Studios, the Universal Classic Monster series has always held my fascination. I'm delighted to share my take on them with Lego Ideas. And you can connect your set. Can you go sit down, Georgie?
He was looking at it.
Well, we already saw the pictures.
I want to tell them something.
I'm in the middle of it. The set consists of 850 pieces, 6 minifigures divided into 6 connectable display stands, each one displaying a scene from the respective film. While the Lego had released sets based on similar monsters designs, they have never done anything with these characters in this format before. This set is certain to be extremely popular, especially for fans of the fan favorite theme, Monster Fighters, which influences aspects of this set's design. Once the set is built, Count Dracula can haunt the halls of his castle by candlelight, or you can recreate the moment when a Frankenstein monster comes to life in the laboratory. Imhotep's tomb has a lot of treasure to uncover, but there's also dangerous critters too. The Black Lagoon is protected by the creature, who don't take too kindly to trespassers. The full moon transforms poor Larry Talbot into the uncontrollable Wolfman in the cemetery outside the village. And finally, the Bride of Frankenstein can be found on a stormy night in her Victorian study. She seems to be writing a book, a nod to the author of the original Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. The Universal Monster minifigures included in this set are Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman, and the Bride of Frankenstein. I know since you're waiting so patiently there.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
I'll take a breath.
Yeah. Breathe, dear, breathe.
Each scene is built on an 8x8 platform with printed tile displaying the logo of each featured film. They can connect together in any order using Technipins, allowed for them to display together or in multiple segments. Ideally, each scene would come with separate directions, so up to 6 people could build at once. This would be perfect seasonal release, especially with the return of Count Dracula in Universal Pictures Renfield. Many thanks to the designers out there who played around with similar ideas before me. Also want to thank the online community for helping me source files for these old parts. Please consider sharing my project. Every support helps. Well, you are welcome, and I wish you the best, Reese. Mrs. Mikey J will support it right now.
Oh.
And you guys put down comments. What do you think of the Universal monsters?
I like them.
I hate them.
Why?
They're just scary.
Infamous said, pretty much cool minifigure series 14 with a habitat pass for me.
With a habitat.
Yeah. I understand, but I would say the Series 14 minifigs are not as good as the Monster Fighters ones. Monster Fighters ones were better. Monkey Legend said, cool, wouldn't get it, but it looks cool. And earlier, Infamous said Barracuda Bay would have never turned into the Black Seas Barracuda without those Lego designers. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that I could use as, really big talking point there, because a lot of people, they were expecting a certain thing with Barracuda Bay, and the end result looked nothing like the original design, which honestly, if I was the designer of the original set, I'd be a little sad. Like, oh, they said I won, and
then they
ripped
apart
didn't keep
my
a single
design.
thing from my design and did their own thing.
Right.
So
But what they did was so much better.
Barracuda Bay, it's almost a stretch to even consider it Lego ideas, in all honesty. Barracuda Bay is the origins of the Lego Icons theme. That's really because there's nothing else that I can recall that came through Lego Ideas that was so vastly different from the fan submission. Like I said, it's even hard to even say that they were related in any way, shape, or form. Having said that, what Barracuda Bay became was so much better than what the original fan designer's design was. I do say that, and I've said that I think Barracuda Bay is the best Lego pirate set ever, like without a doubt. If you can only have one Lego pirate set, that is the one to get.
Although you should get two.
Although you should get two.
Or at least that one and the Creator 3-in-1.
Yeah. But it's a perfect example. The design, the Lego Ideas was just a springboard for Lego to say, okay, people want a pirate set, so here you go, here's a pirate set, even though it has nothing in common with official fan submission. Monkey Legend had to go. He says, gotta go. Have a good night. Well, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Why did it do that?
What?
Connected me to the internet.
Oh.
I saw our signal going up and down, up and down. I'm like, my phone just automatically does it.
That's weird.
It's like, give it to me.
I need the internet.
I felt like I'm fine without the internet. It's just asleep.
Your phone's asleep.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I think it is about time for everyone's favorite time. Oh, no, Georgie's got some stuff he wants to talk about. He would never let me live it down if we don't give Georgie his time to shine. So here we go.
What you got, bud?
I got the other two characters done.
Oh, who's this one?
Chef Pigster, he just randomly falls down.
He doesn't stand up very well. Who's this one?
Stinky George.
Stinky George?
Josh.
Oh, Stinky Josh.
Yeah.
What a horrible name. Is that why he's green? Is he like moldy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the purple one again?
Chef Pigster.
Chef
Pigs.
Pinkster?
A pig.
Oh, Pigster.
Chef
Sorry.
Pigster.
Chef Pigster. Oh, well, good job, buddy. That's for your band kindergarten?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the last set until they come out with the other characters.
Oh.
I have to make one more, and that's Tatami.
Oh.
Well, we got a full short coming out on this. I don't know if I think it's this week. Because he wanted me to do a full short on all these characters he's creating from Band's kindergarten. And so I did that and filmed a short, so look forward to that sometime in the near future.
He's got one coming out.
Yeah. But anyways, it is time for Can You Guess the Minifigure? And again, in case you're new here, it is the first correct answer in the chat that I see on StreamYard is the winner. And what do you win if you are correct? Well, you don't win anything today, but you put yourself in the running to win this, which you guys chose as our official next prize. You guys all voted on my community page, and this was the winner. So you can get yourselves in the running to win this with the fastest fingers correct answer in the chat. So let's go.
Time for another exciting episode of Guess That Lego Figure, where it's up to you to decide which Lego figure we got for you today. With all the Lego figures out here that we got under one roof, we're going to leave it up to you to decide which one it's going to be. And if you can guess who it is, we will send you a terrific prize. So let's see which one it's going to be today.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And we have a winner.
Wow, the song is
Infamous Convict is the winner. I had a feeling he was gonna get it.
Angelica.
Is Angelica from Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. She came in the Queen Anne's Revenge set. And Brick Hive is here.
Hi,
Hi, Hive. How you doing?
Hopefully well.
And I will give you the
Ted and Ed! Glad you could come. How you doing? Give me your coat. Ted has a small carpet cleaning business in receivership. They got $15,000 left on the house at 8%. They're okay.
So they're okay.
Look at this, baby.
All right, be gentle.
That's Jack's ex-girlfriend. I forgot that film. Yeah. Yep, that's the one with Blackbeard, and they go after the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
It tends to get forgotten in the grand scheme of Pirates of the Caribbean. It does.
Do I have one of these?
I don't know. Honey.
It's a fix.
It's a Grindale. Or a Pixie, Cornish Pixie. Come on now.
It doesn't feature in this book, so this is a
Infamous says that is one nice looking figure.
She is. I like her.
Yeah, she just recently used her torso on.
Yeah, Rosie.
This this is from the era of Lego, the 2000 teens, I would say. Just as a general whole, I would argue might be the pinnacle of Lego minifigures. Because since we've gotten into the 2020s, I see. I'm not saying that Lego still doesn't make good minifigures, but if I'm honest, I feel like the quality and the originality has come down a step. Whereas from about 2010 to 2019, any minifigure, especially from a licensed theme, they had that little something extra then.
Mm-hmm. They used to put a lot more creativity into their minifigures.
Mm-hmm.
Now it just seems like they just throw them out there. Well, I mean, case in point, what happened in Rivendell.
Yeah.
The minifigures in Rivendell, like I said, that $20 little set with Elrond and Arwen had way better minifigures than the $500 Rivendell set.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't tell you what they're doing, they just didn't put enough. Which I don't understand. They could have just copied the ones. Why are you trying to be all new?
Hive says he loves that clip, and he says he's doing good, getting ready for dinner.
Good.
And King Oldor says later on his Amberlight build stream where Mikey is first in Cheese Slope. That is not true. I don't even know if I rank anymore. There was a time I was in the top 5, but I think she reset all the Cheese Slopes, much to my chagrin.
Oh, this one goes in here, huh? There we go. Oh, that's nice.
Well,
are we all done?
I think we're about going to wrap it up for tonight, everyone.
I can finish this.
Can finish that, and then you have the other one to build next time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah.
If you want to show everybody what you've got going on.
This is what I've got so far. I didn't put the little thing in yet because it's not ready, but
yeah.
But it's gonna have that in it.
Mm-hmm.
It brings so much life into it.
Yeah.
This one was a sticker. This over here, that was a sticker.
I saw you putting that on.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. I know all the books are all stickers, so those are all accessories that I'll be able to put in. And I like this little chessboard that it came with.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wizard's chess?
I don't know if it is Wizard's chess. Doesn't look like it. It's just regular chess. But I don't know. Could be. But yeah. So that's what I've got going so far. Almost done with the Gryffindor. And then next week I'll finish this up first, even though Hufflepuff will be on the thumbnail.
We'll stay until Hufflepuff is finished.
Yeah. Well, because this one won't take me too long to finish this one up. And then
that's why I kind of wanted to stop.
I'll get this one finished, which I'm really excited about this one. I like all the little accessories that come in this one, with all the green and
mm-hmm.
I mean, I love all the accessories, and I'm an accessory junkie.
She is.
I am. I love accessories. It just brings life to all of the stuff, and I cannot wait to incorporate them. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate them, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but
she'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, this was the red one. So, but thanks so much, everyone.
Yeah, thanks
for coming and hanging out with us. One more show, and then we're off for 2 weeks. And
Infamous says Angelica goes for around $90. Yeah.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hmm.
But
makes me glad I got her torso then for Rosie.
Thanks, Convict, for hanging out. King Oldendorf, Brick Hive, Monkey Legend. Let's see. Vazy Time 88. Trevor's videos. Olive Cypher. Brickapix. Dominic Z. So I think that about covers it. Well, thanks everyone.
Ollendorf and Brickapix for your loyalty.
Oh, Sai's even here popping in.
Hi, Sai. We're just getting ready to go.
There, I'll give you. I'll give you this one.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and you must be the Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Haven't seen you in a while, but thanks for stopping in.
Thanks so much.
Hi and bye.
Sorry, sorry, it's right at the end. Hi and bye. Yep.
But we will see you guys all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And it's been fun. And
thanks for building with us.
Thanks for building with us. And have a good week, everybody.
Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.